This assignment is going to be the one talking about using ClickUp. So I'm going to go through the whole assignment and you can just kind of follow along. So the first thing you need to do is type in ClickUp. It'll take you through to this website. And I'm going to create a new workspace because I think this is what you'll have to go through when you first sign up. It'll come up with a window like this and you just go through. I'm going to use it for work. It's going to be what have we got? Creative and design. Don't invite anyone to your workspace, you can do that later on. The next one, we're going to use Excel. We're going to use Trello and everything else we can leave. Actually, I'll just okay, on here, tasks and projects, scheduling, time tracking, Gantt charts. What else do we need? Kanban, that's our Trello. Got dashboards as well. Okay, next. What do you want to call it? And it's going to go through. Cool, and so it comes up here. Adrian's game design up here, and down here is where we're going to start to add in some stuff where it's got the space. So at the moment, it's just got a list in there. Now, one of the things you have to add in is Trello, and what I'm going to show you with this is I've got some images in here, but probably the images won't come through. So I've got game overview. Don't write too much writing as well. Like if you see these ones where it's just a little sentence, that will come through better, and you'll see when I come through into ClickUp. So I've got a little thing where I've just made up some stuff for reference images, main character, environment, to-do list, and actually I'll make another one here. So you can add in other things if you want. So I'm going to put in one that says game development, add to the list or add to the card, and the first one I'll put in is I'll put in something like rough build for the game, add another card, put in testing of gameplay and dynamics, add in another one, and we'll put finalizing the game, testing gameplay. Oops. Okay, so that's good enough for me, so I've got that. So now I'm going to jump into ClickUp. So when I come in here, the first thing I'm going to do is where we've got space, there's three little dots, and if I click on it, it's going to have an option here that says more, all space settings, and I'm setting this up because it doesn't kind of come through very well, the Trello on my machine anyway. So this one that says tasks, I'll click on that. Custom, I'm going to go new template, and now other than this to do and complete, I'm going to add in some other statuses, and the statuses are going to be the same name as my Trello boards. So one I think was called Game Overview. Add in another one. It automatically kind of changes little colors, which is nice. Research. Save that. And this one, main character. Save. Next one, boss character, save. This one will have environments, save. This one, to-do list, save. And then the last one was gameplay testing. Save that, and then I can go save template, apply changes, save changes. Cool. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to Space, and I'm going to come to create new, and then I go down to import, click on it, and I'll go Trello. My one comes up a bit buggy at first, but if I go back, I just hit Trello again. You'll probably have to log in with your Trello account. I've already logged in, so it's done here. So I just go down the bottom and go allow. Okay, I'm going to switch that off because I don't want all the boards. And you can see up here my Trello board's called Game Monitoring. So this is all alphabetical. So I'll go down and I'll find Game Monitoring, click on that, scroll down the bottom, and I can just go next. I'm going to do it as list, next, scroll all the way down the bottom, don't need anything there, just go next. Do not include archived cards. Those are kind of hidden cards, so no, don't include them. Yes, import all attachments. I don't think the images come through anyway, but we'll see what happens. I can go check status once I've done that, and I can see it importing in the Trello board. Cool, so I can go back here, space. You can see now that if I is to go to board, and can you see that those things that I wrote before, they've all been placed in here? Because the weird thing is it kind of brings it in sometimes, or it is on my machine, in kind of one long list. Now I can see these things here. I can just drag them across and drop them on the one I want. I can see that's all about the boss character. Whoops. Some of the things I had just had a huge amount of text with them, but you can see it only brings through this little bit, so there's no point in writing a whole lot of stuff. This one here I think is my to-do list. And that's all the build stuff, so I'm going to do the shall come down and do these N1s first. Rough sketches for Haunted Game. I think those ones are all the research one. I know that these ones here, concept of my game, is the game overview. And be careful, because on the brief it specifically says to talk about your concept, what the goal of the game is, and a little bit about the timeline. So make sure you have something about those three in there. Okay, there'll be research as well. Actually, that might be in there as well. Main character. And you can swap these around with the order. See, this one here has got a huge amount written in there for the backgrounds, but all I'm going to see is this little bit here. So it's a little bit of a waste to do all that. And I'll just push that in, so I've got a wee bit more space here to deal with. And it looks like all the rest are going to be for my last one that I put in, which was this gameplay testing. Cool, these things here, I can just hit the little arrow and it collapses them. Complete this one at the end, I'll collapse that as well, so that I'm getting everything coming in from Trello. Now, some of these things, just like Trello, if I do want to fancy it up, it's a few images. I just click on it, and just like Trello, you come down here and you go upload, so attachment, upload a file. I know here I've got a few, so what have I got? That's a good one, so I'll open that. Here's a little option on those three dots that says use it as the cover, so that when we close it, we know that it's going to come up here. So I might just go through here, clicking and adding in a few little images just to fancy it up a little bit. That looks like quite a good one to put in for the research. Use it as a cover image. And it doesn't have to be right on those main things. So if I want to swap this one around, I think this one had quite a nice couple of images for a walk cycle. See if I can find it. Oh, that's it. Cool, boss character, and I just chuck in an image for this one, and then I'll leave it be. Talks about a dark image. I think I had a maybe it's in the backgrounds. That's it. Wonder if I'll just try it if there's only one image, I don't even have to put it in as cover of image, it's going to come up. So you only need to change it to the cover image if you've got more than one image in that folder, I suppose. So I might just add one more. Showing the levels. Close it. And there we go. Okay, cool. So we've got that. So the next thing is on Hacken Plan, you would have done a kind of list of assets. So this is the thing on Excel. So I'm going to show you how to set it up now, because it asks for some specific things. The things it asks for is, it says make a list of assets. Okay. The next one is date completed, so I have that. Oh, actually, instead of date completed, we'll change that to due date, and then with this last one, I'm going to change that to completed. So with these things here, Excel, like our going to drag this a bit wider. The due date, yeah, that looks pretty good for that. This one, probably drag it out a wee bit. I don't need the word note in there anymore, so I'll delete that. So with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click down the length of those, and if I come along to where is it, data, have an option that says data validation. Data validation. If I click on that, I'm going to go message error alert settings. I'm going to go list, and I'm going to put complete. The comma is what separates it. Incomplete. I'll go OK, and you'll see that we've now got this little drop down menu, and you'll see that if I go down, because I had them all selected, they're all going to be done. Now if I have them all selected again, I can do a few other things. I can come in here, pick a color, go fill, or maybe I'll pick a slightly lighter color, and if I want, but I'll have to probably do it one at a time, is I can come in here and I can pick outside border. And just gives it a bit of definition. If I select more than one, then it's going to draw a box around the whole lot of them, so it doesn't quite work. Anyway, you don't have to do this, but it makes it look a little nicer. Okay, so we've got that, and each one of them has a pull down with complete or incomplete. So now this one here, the due date, if I go to add-ons, you'll find this thing. It looks like I've already chosen it, and it's up the top. You can go more add-ons than that, but it's the mini calendar. And so it pops up here, and literally what you can do is you can pick a date. So I can say any of these, and I might go, okay, there, and it chucks the date in. With this, I'm just going to select all of these, and I'm just going to go, okay, we're going to have it centered. So now I can come in here, pick another date, May. These ones maybe were done a little bit later. And maybe these ones have only just been done. Not sure why it won't go any further than September, but chuck a few dates in, hit the I and then go delete. We don't need it anymore. And so this is added in the things we needed, a kind of checkbox or a pull down menu, the assets, and then the due dates. So now I'll go File, Save As, and this one I'm going to save it not as an Excel file but as a CSV. Cool. And now we'll go back to our ClickUp, and once again we can go back to our space. We can go where are we? Back to create, import, click on it, and this time we're going to go spreadsheet, and I'll go select a location where I want it to go. Here I want it to go into the folder that we're using. How do I want the dates to be? I want it to be day, month, year. Cool, brings it in. It says upload your file. Asset list, upload it, and then there's a few things that you just have to work out as you go through. And the good thing is it gives you a bit of a preview as you go along. Okay, review each thing. So the assets, you'll see it's a whole lot of things. So task name, if I go to that, it shows these things. It's set it with tags, but I'll go task names. Due date comes up with the dates. Status, completed. I thought it would checklist. Okay, we'll try it anyway because it should give us a preview. Okay, so you can see it says import into ClickUp or go back to mapping. So I'll go back to mapping. Because obviously changing it to not working on this one, but that's okay. We'll just go continue. I'll go import into ClickUp. Cool. And we'll go to our spaces, and you can see they must have had oh, that's right, because I put dates on them. You can see it's come in here in this kind of open section. I can close up that to do again, close these sections. I can just hit the arrow and close them up again if I want. And so you have things like list has all this. Board is probably the best one to have here. We've also got table, which is going to show this list. It's not doing the due date, but I could hide that column. Maybe this one here, hide it as well, and I can put in a new column if I want and just call it completed. And so I can put in completed, and I'll put in one that says incomplete. Oops, I see. But what I can do is I can copy that, and I can paste and hit enter, hit return, paste, command V, and then this one I'll put in completed. I mean, this is a little bit of a hassle, but it's just because the other one didn't come through. So copied it, and it looks like it's brought through all of those aspects, so you don't have to go down and do a checklist for all of them, but you can certainly do it for some. Just pasting and hitting return or enter. And you can see as you go down that it's got boss character, to-do list, gameplay overview, and as long as you do some, then I think that's pretty good. But you've got lots of different ways of viewing things. Now, the big one that you have to have here is, so if we have a look at it, we've got our timeline stuff, we've got boards, we've got all of this stuff here. So take a couple of screen captures. Make sure when you've done all this, you invite me or you share your board to me. If I go sharing the space with all the views, you just write in my email, so 80nyc@gmail.com. share this view, and probably because it's MySpace, I might need to put in a different email for me, so I'll put in my work one. Yeah, and you'll see here it'll come up with invite, and I'll send off an invite to me. Send invite. Cool. And you can see it's got me, and then it's got there, and I've got it on full edit, so that's all good. So make sure that you send it to one of those emails to share it with me. Go to your table. We can take another screenshot of that. And now the last one we want to go to is we want to go and we might want to make something called a Gantt chart. Okay, so it's going to have some stuff that's already going to be starting to come up. With this, just wondering if we can actually hide this stuff, because it's not really what we're after. But we'll make a new list. This one I'm going to call it game design. Create. So it comes up with a setup here, and then within game design I'm going to not game monitoring, game design. I'm going to have some tasks that I put in here. So the first one I'm going to put in is I'm going to put in game concept. I'll go create, and what you'll find with this is with the game concept, when I come in here I can actually put so I'm going to go to about May, and I'm going to say that's when I started the game design. So if I click here, game concept, and I'm going to say, okay, I did that May to June for a month. Inside the game design, game concept, I can make little sub-menus. So under concept I'm going to say research, create, under the same one, so little subheading, research, rough sketches, create. I'm also going to add in one that's called character design. And if I want to have a sub menu under that one, I can click on that and I can go main character, three boss characters. And so what I want to do is under game concept, if I come in here, wherever I click, it's going to add little things. So if I go, okay, I did a bit of research, then from there was a bit of a crossover with rough sketching, bit of a crossover with character design, And within the character design, there's main character and 3 boss characters. Now what you'll notice is there's some little things. So the main characters I can drag from that dot to the front of this one, and it draws a little arrow in, and that says I didn't start doing the 3 boss characters until I'd done the main character. I didn't I can say I didn't start any rough sketches until I'd done all my research. Now if I want to add in another main one like this, so I can come right back up here to game design, add another main heading, and this one I can put digitization. So with this one, again, I can click here. This is the kind of overall one, and I'll say okay, that went right through until sometime in September, and then I'm going to say okay, that's when we started doing game testing. So I can also add in another big one. So right up here, game design, game development, and then we can do another main heading that's called testing finalizing. Okay, and if we bring these things along, we can say okay, game development, maybe we started this at the end of this one, and these ones were a bit shorter, testing, finalizing, up until now. So you can also go auto fit. It'll fit everything in the box. So you can say the game concepting. When that finished, we started the digitization. When that was finished, we did the game development. Once that was done, we did the final testing. And so within these, there's all sorts of bits. So game development can add a little one in there that says coding. Not that there was a whole lot of coding, so they're like little sub menus. Coding, gameplay, and again these things here, you just come in, click. You can say the coding almost went through the whole lot. The other one, gameplay, there's a bit of a crossover between the two. Boss characters, or sorry, digitization, you can do the same sort of thing. You can say character design, click on the little sub menu, and you can call it backgrounds. Within here as well, we would have had assets. So same thing. And in this case, maybe we can say, okay, character design was in here, and it was actually we were doing it at the same time. We were doing the backgrounds. It took a bit longer. And we were doing it at the same time as we were doing the assets, and the assets took up most of the time, but actually maybe we started it a little bit later. So with this stuff as well, we can push that back a bit, auto fit. Can actually get rid of that little menu altogether. Auto fit, and while we've got it all there, we can go Command Shift 4, and do a test of the Gantt, and that is basically it, and that should cover everything. And then there's just a bit of work on the Word document, but make sure with this as well that you share your Trello board with me, and you share this and you email me the Excel file. So all of those things have to be emailed